a lot of people pick a knife just because it looks tough, thinking it can handle anything. But take it outside for some basic cutting or batoning, and suddenly that strong knife starts to struggle. That's not just annoying, it can actually be risky. That's why people who have survived outdoors know you need a solid full tang, fixed blade knife, because it's built to handle real work and won't let you down when it counts. So, if you're tired of guessing which knife will actually hold up, this video will help, as today, we'll show you 25 of the best full tang survival knives. Updated price and purchase links are provided down in the description. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's begin. Out in the woods, a small knife just doesn't cut it when things get tough. And that's where the Varusteleka Jääkäripuukko 110 shines as an all-purpose bushcraft partner. It's an all-around knife for just about any task, but it's best paired with something bigger, such as an axe or the Schrade. It is made from quality carbon steel and has a traditional Finnish puukko blade profile with a slight drop point. This Finnish-made knife is built around a traditional puukko-style blade in strong 80 CRV2 carbon steel with a Scandi grind that holds up under hard field use. The full tang runs all the way through the rubber-textured handle, giving it real strength when you batter wood or baton logs for firewood. Its blade thickness and drop point shape make trimming, carving, and camp chores feel easy, and the spine is even ground to help strike sparks when you're trying to start a fire. Something many modern knives skip. The beefy rubber grip isn't fancy, but it stays firmly in your hand even when wet, and the leather or bolt-on sheath options make carrying easy on belt or pack. Some owners mention that slight variations in grind or minor blade unevenness can show up out of the box, but that's typical with hand-finished carbon blades, and most users still praise how tough and dependable it is. When a bigger challenge comes along, the ESEE Junglas II steps in with a presence that feels more like a hybrid survival tool than a simple camp knife. Designed as the slightly smaller and more packable version of the original Junglas, this full tang blade uses rugged 1095 carbon steel and a drop point geometry with a long 8.38 inches blade length, which lets you push through tougher outdoor cutting tasks. With its generous overall length of 14.5 inches, the Junglas II gives you the confidence to tackle batoning, processing, or even shaping shelter poles without feeling like you're asking too much from a single tool. It uses the micarta handle, which offers a secure grip. And this knife is built in the US, so the quality is top-notch, no doubt. Also, the lifetime unconditional warranty from ESEE reflects the confidence they have in the construction. A real plus if you're preparing for real survival use. Some hikers and outdoors people note it's bigger and heavier than a basic knife, but that's exactly why it's so effective when standard blades would struggle. It's meant to do the heavy lifting when you need it. Moving from the real heavy hitters to something more approachable, check out this Weyland Outdoors tracker knife. If you have used the Topps Tom Brown tracker, then you'll notice that this Weyland knife has that similar design blade. This one is built for those who want capable bushcraft performance without overcommitting to super high-end gear. This full tang knife pairs a rugged 65 MN steel blade of about 6 inches with a textured G10 handle that feels secure, whether you're slicing cordage or preparing kindling around the camp. Its shape and balance were clearly inspired by the classic tracker profile used in serious outdoor training. But Weyland's version leans toward those who might be newer to survival gear, or aren't ready to spend big on a premium tool. The leather sheath supports both belt side and scout carry, so it's easy to keep this blade at the ready. Users tend to praise its solid construction and good edge at its price point, many noting that for beginner bushcrafters or weekend adventurers, it's a hardy first fixed blade that still feels like it can handle real cutting chores. Because it's more budget-friendly, the edge retention and finish might not rival higher-end steels, but for everyday outdoor tasks and early survival learning, it's a useful and practical choice. If your typical trip involves heavier wood processing or prepping materials for shelter, the Off-Grid Tracker X3 gives you a surprisingly capable mid-size survival blade that feels rugged and ready for work. Built around cryogenically treated D2 steel, This full tang knife has a broad drop-point blade that's thick and tough enough to baton, chop, and push through dense wood without losing composure, so you're not left struggling on tasks that would wear down thinner knives. The handle and sheath design also lean into field use, with a kydex setup that lets you carry it vertically or horizontally depending on how you rig your pack. In real-world use, owners have found the Tracker X3 excellent at chopping and general camp chores like feather-sticking wood, though some note it's not ideal for ferro rod sparking, and the spine geometry isn't as aggressive as some blades made specifically for that. Still, if you want a survival knife that can go beyond basic chores and actually act like a small camp tool or backup to an axe or saw, this one's performance is hard to ignore. For those who want a more refined tool that balances everyday carry ease and outdoor readiness, the Bradford Knives Guardian 3.5 XL takes the trusted Guardian platform and stretches it into a more versatile survival-friendly size. With its full Tang AEBL stainless steel blade that's about 4.5 inches long and a well-contoured 3D machined micarta handle, this knife feels solid in hand, whether you're cutting rope, preparing food, or carving wood at camp. The stone-washed finish helps hide wear, and the balanced design means it's easy to control for precise cuts while still having enough blade and strength for general chores. The leather sheath lets you carry it horizontally, making it discreet on belt or a pack. Users who appreciate this model often highlight how comfortable and dependable it feels in prolonged use, even if it's not a massive survival chopper. It's more like a reliable everyday workhorse that doesn't balk at tougher outdoor tasks. The full tang construction ties everything together, giving confidence that when you need to push on a cut or make a solid baton, the knife won't let you down. If you're serious about a survival knife that can actually take a beating, then check out this Midgards PMP Big Boss. This isn't just a basic blade, it's designed for real bushcraft and tough outdoor use. It comes in 3 sizes basically: small, medium, and large. The blade is a solid 1 centimeter thick sand-blasted steel. So whether you're batoning, chopping, or making firewood, it'll be stable and won't flex. The handles are G10, with the large model featuring a stylish olive finish. You can even get printed handles on request. The knives sit perfectly in your hand, with a groove for a forward grip and fine jimping to prevent slipping. There's even a lanyard hole so you don't accidentally drop it. And the sheaths are just as solid, made from kydex with a reliable belt loop. The knives feel balanced, even though they're not specifically designed with a balance line. The large knife weighs 750 grams, the medium 700, and the small around 650 grams. Despite that weight, they're quite agile. The grind is sharp and precise with a satin finish that handles all cutting tasks effortlessly. So, if you want a knife that's well-balanced and ready for anything, the Big Boss is a top pick. Next, we've got the Bugsy from CRKT, and this is actually CRKT's first American-made fixed blade, designed by legendary custom knife maker Kayla Cummings. If you've got smaller hands, or you're looking for something genuinely compact that doesn't sacrifice function for portability, this knife absolutely delivers. It features a 3.78-inch modified harpoon blade in 1095 carbon steel. What makes this knife special is its unique blade shape. It sits somewhere between a Nessmuk and a drop point, giving you good slicing capability along with a strong pierce when you need it. The handle is available in micarta or G10. Both materials are premium quality, and the flared pommel gives you extended control even when you're doing precise carving work. The whole package weighs just 4.3 ounces, which is feather light. Now, user feedback shows that people absolutely love how well this rides on your belt. It sits deep in the sheath so you barely feel it moving during active use. The only limitation is that this was optimized for smaller hands, so if you've got larger mitts, you might experience a tighter grip. Still, the compact design makes it perfect for backpacking, survival situations, or anyone who needs a knife that proves you don't need massive size to get serious cutting power. Moving to something kinda different, the Bradford Guardian 3 Sheepsfoot is what we call the gentleman carry of the fixed blade knives. Bradford Knives stands as a symbol of quality and affordability, supplying thousands of American-made, hand-finished knives. This Guardian 3 features a 3-inch Magna-Cut steel blade in a classic sheepsfoot grind, which means the spine runs parallel to the edge before dropping down at the very end. This knife sits at just 7 inches, making it one of the lightest fixed blades you can carry. The handle is crafted from micarta or G10 in multiple color options, and it feels premium in hand. What users love most is the steel quality and finish. After months of abuse, the stone wash stays clean with minimal staining. If you're into hunting, this knife is arguably one of the best tools for that specific task, because the blade geometry allows for incredibly precise control. And let us tell you, this model shares the same dependable construction as its larger counterpart, the Guardian 3.5 series. Its compact size allows for effortless everyday carry while offering the reliability and strength of a fixed blade. So, whether you're an adventurer heading into the wilderness or a daily user requiring a reliable tool, the Guardian 3 is a worthy choice. Next, have a look at the Dragon Creek fixed blade, which might just be the most practical recommendation for anyone building a basic survival or EDC kit on a budget. This is a stainless steel blade, and its overall length measures 4.2 inches. Though it comes with a plastic handle, it still provides a good grip. What's immediately striking about the Dragon Creek is the aggressive design. This is genuinely a tactical knife with a strong point built for piercing and a sharp front edge for cutting. It has a safe bumper, which is going to protect your hands well. Plus, with the 15-degree V-shaped double blade that reduces cutting resistance. Its weight is 12.3 ounces. And the full Tang construction means this knife can handle abuse without any concerns about the handle separating from the blade. For the price, at under $40, the Dragon Creek offers genuine tactical capability, excellent sharpness from the factory. But the main trade-off is that the sheath retention that some users mention is weak. But still, at this price point, you'll get this sharp and sturdy knife with tactical quality. So if you need a reliable, sharp, tactical fixed blade for outdoor adventures, camping, hiking, or gift-giving, the Dragon Creek is actually a useful one. Now we're shifting to the Stroup MK2, and this knife is built for people who want genuine tactical capability without the bloated price tag that normally comes with specialty blades. The MK2 was developed in collaboration with an active-duty Tier 1 operator, which immediately tells you this isn't your typical internet knife design. The blade is a compact 4-inch drop point from 1095 high-carbon steel with a flat blade grind. The blade is what enthusiasts call stabby. It features a strong point for piercing, combined with a practical geometry that excels at cutting and slicing. Plus, you get a G10 handle that stays non-slip even when wet, which is essential if you're working in demanding field conditions where moisture is a constant factor. Its overall weight is just under 5 ounces. And, yeah, as this blade has the 1095 steel, so it'll require more maintenance than stainless alternatives because it's prone to oxidation if not kept dry. That said, for someone looking for a handmade American blade with genuine tactical functionality and premium build quality, the Stroup MK2 offers incredible value. A lot of fixed blade knives look tough on the surface, but once you actually push them into hard outdoor work, they start showing weaknesses pretty quickly. That's exactly the kind of problem the Tops Blackheat is meant to avoid, because this knife is built around real-world combat experience rather than just looks. It carries the mindset of American military heritage and was designed with direct input from active-duty U.S. Marines. The Blackheat comes with a solid 6.5-inch blade made from 1095 high-carbon steel, hardened to RC 56 to 58. This steel is known for taking a very sharp edge and holding it well during demanding use. The blade is finished with a black traction coating that not only gives it a tactical appearance but also improves corrosion resistance. The red and black G10 handle is shaped for comfort and stays secure in your hand. At 13 ounces including the sheath, the knife feels substantial without becoming hard to control. Many owners say the knife arrives with a surprisingly dull factory edge, which feels disappointing considering Top's strong military reputation. The good news is that 1095 steel sharpens easily, and once properly sharpened, the black heat performs exactly as expected. If the black heat shows what military-driven design can do, the next step up is seeing what happens when premium materials and careful craftsmanship take center stage. The Hinderer Ranch-Bowie is a strong example of American knife-making done with purpose and precision. Everything about this knife feels deliberate, from the steel choice to how it sits in your hand. It features a 5 1/4-inch blade made from CPM3V tool steel, which clearly outperforms many traditional carbon steels when it comes to hard use. The blade finish helps hide small scratches from regular work while also improving corrosion resistance. Weighing 10.6 ounces, the Ranch-Bowie feels well-balanced. The micarta handle gives the knife a compact, controlled feel without sacrificing comfort. What really makes this knife stand out is how versatile it is. The flat grind works alongside a crowned spine and aggressive jimping, allowing for both clean slicing and powerful chopping. It also arrives properly sharp right out of the box, which is always appreciated. The hand-stitched leather belt sheath matches the knife's premium feel. Made entirely in the USA and backed by Hinderer's lifetime warranty, this knife costs more than average. If you want a knife that's built purely for durability with basically zero compromises, the cold steel drop-forged Survivalist is the perfect example of taking that tough, monolithic style to the absolute limit. The whole thing is drop-forged from one solid piece of 52100 high-carbon steel, so there aren't any joints, seams, or weak spots anywhere. It has a huge 8-inch blade that is 5.5 millimeters thick, which pretty much gives you a pry bar shaped like a knife. It can take on chopping, batoning, and heavy sideways pressure that would ruin a lot of normal designs. The generous belly, thick spine, and strong tip turn it into a true one-tool option when you're in a survival situation and need dependable strength more than fine, delicate cuts. Even though it weighs 18.3 ounces and lands on the heavier side, people say the balance is surprisingly good for such a beefy blade. It also comes sharp right out of the box, and the Secure X sheath gives you several comfortable ways to carry it. What really stands out from long-term testers is the edge retention. 52100 steel keeps performing even when other steels start to fall behind. But there is one real drawback in tough environments. Since it's all one solid piece of metal, the handle heats up fast in hot weather, and you'll definitely want gloves or it can burn your hand. The modern Gladius represents something different in the fixed blade world. A collaboration between Tops and the team at Smoky Mountain Knife Works that brings Roman weapon design into modern tactical applications. This knife features a unique double-edged Tanto-style blade measuring 6.5 inches, crafted from 1095 carbon steel, and finished with Tops' signature black traction coating. This blade has a shape that makes it good for both straight, stabbing moves and clean cutting, and the fullers on each side help keep it strong while also making it lighter, bringing the weight down to about 8.3 ounces. The tan canvas micarta handle slowly narrows toward the guard, so your hand naturally settles in and feels secure. There are also fullers along the top of the blade, which help guide your grip a bit. One big benefit of the modern Gladius compared to single-edge knives is how quickly it reacts when you switch directions. It also comes with a black Kydex sheath and a leather dangler, so carrying it is comfortable. The main thing to watch out for is the law, since double-edged blades are legal in some places and not in others, so you should check your local rules before buying one. Tops also shows in stress tests that the knife can handle heavy use without breaking. Next, we've got the Stroup Knives TU2, which represents everything that matters when you're building a modern American fixed blade with uncompromising standards. The TU2 features a 4-inch blade of 1095 high-carbon steel that's rock-tumbled and acid-etched to create that distinctive rough, worn aesthetic. But more importantly, this steel retains an exceptional edge and sharpens easily when you need to refresh it. At just 8.5 inches overall length, the TU2 is the compact member of this group, making it portable for hikers and bushcrafters who count ounces. It uses a G10 handle, which features expert shaping for comfort and an ergonomic grip. Every knife comes with a Kydex sheath, where the belt clip can be mounted as per your preference. The edge quality out of the box tends toward the dull side, which is a consistent comment from users, but this is 1095 we're talking about, so you'll be sharpening it regularly anyway. And if you have larger hands, you might feel the handle doesn't fully fill your palm, though many appreciate the reduced bulk. The TU2 proves that smaller doesn't mean compromised, and the American craftsmanship backing every knife says a lot about long-term reliability. When you're out in the wild and need a knife you can truly count on, especially one made right in the United States, the Cold Steel Republic steps in as that dependable tool. This fixed blade uses premium S35VN steel, giving it the strength and sharpness needed for real outdoor use. What stands out is how well it balances cutting power and control without feeling oversized. The 5-inch blade stays sharp for a long time, letting you slice meat, prep kindling, and baton wood without constantly stopping to sharpen it. The micarta handles stay grippy, even when your hands are wet or freezing. And because the scales can be removed, you can keep small survival items tucked underneath. The overall design is simple but smart. Jimping on top for your thumb, no risky sharp edges on the spine, and a size that works for both bigger tasks and small, detailed ones like skinning. It's tough, but we wouldn't recommend prying with it like a crowbar. What we really like is how well it holds an edge and how comfortable it feels in the hand. All in all, the Republic is a solid all-around survival knife. Durable steel, comfortable grip, and practical features that make it a trustworthy choice for campers, hunters, and anyone preparing for outdoor emergencies. And if you're coming from the Republic and want something lighter without losing strength, the Sog Trident FX fits that need perfectly. It gives you real working power, but stays light enough that it never feels like extra weight. Built with the same rugged mindset Sog is known for, this fixed blade hits a nice middle ground between toughness and everyday comfort. At just over 4 ounces, it's shockingly light for a knife meant to take on serious jobs. The 4.2-inch blade is crafted from cryo-treated 4116 stainless steel, which boosts its toughness and helps the edge last longer. Since it uses a full tang design, the strength runs straight through the entire handle, making it reliable for cutting rope, slicing tougher materials, or doing quick field tasks. What really makes it shine is the modern sheath system. It's UMS compatible, giving you several ways to carry it, on your belt, bag, or vest. So you can set it up exactly how you prefer. Altogether, it gives you dependable performance, easy carry, and quick access, making it a great pick for people who want to move fast without giving up durability. Following that same idea of dependable outdoor gear, the Morakniv Garberg steps in as a full tang knife built to handle heavy work. Whether you're batoning wood, carving, or doing light hammering, this knife is made to handle the challenges you find outdoors. Its real strength is the balance between power and precision. The 3.2mm thick blade uses a Scandi grind, which bites into wood cleanly and makes carving, feather sticking, and splitting firewood feel smooth and controlled. The sharpened spine works perfectly with a ferro rod, making fire starting simple and reliable when you're off-grid. It comes in 2 steel versions: Swedish stainless steel for low maintenance and long-lasting sharpness, or a black carbon steel version with a DLC coating for people who want extra toughness and a more tactical look. Both steels stay sharp and handle rough outdoor use without trouble. The handle has a comfortable friction grip that stays stable even when wet, and the exposed tang on the bottom is great for scraping tinder or tapping lightly on surfaces. We also like the sheath choices: strong polymer or classic leather, both easy to mount. With the optional survival kit that adds a fire starter and diamond sharpener, the Garberg stands out as one of the most reliable fixed blades you can bring anywhere. If you want a knife that replaces the hassle of carrying multiple blades, the Montana Knife Company Triumph Pro makes that job easier. It takes the strengths of the original Triumph series and packs them into one extremely capable knife. The 3.75-inch MagnaCut blade hits a great middle point, long enough for handling bigger game like deer or elk, but still short enough for tight or detailed work. The MagnaCut steel is incredibly tough, holds its edge well, and resists rust. which really helps when working in wet or messy hunting conditions. The G10 handle scales give a firm, comfortable grip in rain or cold weather, and the thumb ramp plus finger choil make both heavy cutting and detailed work feel natural. The knock-on version adds textured grip areas for extra control when your hands are slippery. Weighing under 4 ounces, it's easy to carry, and the custom Kydex sheath keeps it secure and ready at all times. For field dressing, skinning, or general camp chores, the Triumph Pro is a dependable tool for hunters who want one knife that can do almost everything. And for the people who want something extremely tough, the kind of knife that keeps going when conditions get rough, the Cold Steel Bushman fits that role perfectly. This knife is focused completely on strength. It's made from a single piece of SK5 carbon steel, which means there are no weak points between the blade and handle. The steel is cold-forged, heat-treated, and tempered for maximum durability, and the edge comes hand-sharpened and ready to use. The 7-inch blade gives you serious cutting power for clearing brush, chopping wood, and building shelter. The hollow handle is clever too. You can store small survival gear inside or attach it to a pole for extra reach or for throwing. The included Kydex sheath comes with a ferrocerium fire starter, giving you a backup way to make fire in emergencies. At over 12 inches overall, it's large, strong, and built to handle tough situations. The Bushman is a great choice for campers, preppers, or anyone who needs a knife that won't quit. It keeps things simple, strong, and practical, exactly what you want when reliability matters most. After talking about versatile outdoor tools, it makes sense to move into something built for people who want their knife to do more than just cut. When you are deep into bushcraft or survival work, a regular knife can feel limited. That is where the Extrema ratio Sethlans really stand out, because it gives you the blade and the whole setup you need in one package. It's 4.13-inch Buhler and 6.9/0690. Steel blade is tough, holds a sharp edge for a long time, and stays rust-resistant in rough weather. The full Tang build gives it solid strength, while the skeletonized frame helps keep the weight down, so it is easier to carry. The handle is flexible too, with removable G10 scales that you can swap out or even replace with paracord if you want a lighter feel. But the biggest advantage is the sheath. It includes a sharpening stone, fire steel, and MOLLE-friendly attachment points, and it works for both left-handed and right-handed users. The drop-point blade shape works well for everything from careful carving to heavier cuts, and the false edge adds a bit more capability when you need it. Overall, it fits anyone who wants a full survival system instead of only a knife. Whether you are doing bushcraft, heading into the wilderness, or keeping a backup tactical tool, the Sethlans keep you ready. After a tool-packed survival knife, it is a shift going into a blade meant for speed and precision. Close-range situations demand something quick and reliable, and the Montana Knife Company V24 is built exactly for that. It takes ideas from the historic Fairbairn Sykes 542 stiletto and updates the design with modern materials. Its 4.25-inch MagnaCut stainless steel blade is strong, holds its sharpness well, and has a Cerakote coating that reduces glare and protects it from the elements. The double-edged stiletto style means you can cut cleanly from either side, and its overall length of just over 9 inches makes it easy to carry discreetly. The G10 handle has stepped textures that give you a firm grip whether your hands are dry, wet, or covered by gloves. Weighing under 5 ounces, it stays light but still feels controlled in the hand. The Ulticlip Kydex sheath lets you mount it horizontally or vertically, depending on how you prefer to carry. This knife is not meant for wood chopping, food prep, or camp chores. Its strength is tactical use, self-defense, and staying hidden as a backup blade. If you want a modern, combat-ready stiletto that respects its historical roots, the V24 fits that role perfectly. Since the V24 is all about speed and precision, it makes sense to move next into something focused on raw strength. When you need a survival knife that can take a beating without costing too much, the Schrade Reckon SCHF9 is a great pick. This knife is built around pure toughness. Its 6.4-inch 1095 high-carbon steel blade is thick, strong, and made to handle hard tasks like chopping, batoning, and splitting that would push more expensive knives to their limits. The full tang design runs all the way through to a lanyard hole for extra utility. The drop point blade and deep flat grind help it handle both chopping and tactical cutting jobs, while the thick reinforced tip adds more strength. The ring pattern TPE handle stays comfortable even during long sessions, and the finger grooves with thumb jimping help keep your grip steady. It comes with a ballistic nylon sheath that includes a small utility pocket and a leg strap, giving you more ways to carry it. Overall, the Reckon works well for preppers, survivalists, or anyone who wants a strong, dependable knife on a budget. It can split wood, help with shelter building, and take on tough outdoor work while holding a sharp edge, and all at a very wallet-friendly price. After the heavy, budget-friendly power of the Reckon, the flow naturally leads to a long-trusted classic that mixes heritage with performance. For military users, tactical folks, or outdoor explorers, having a knife you can rely on matters more than anything. The K-Bar 1220 US Army knife has earned that trust for decades. Its 7-inch 1095 Crovan carbon steel clip point blade is strong, keeps a sharp edge, and has a black epoxy powder finish that protects it from rust while giving it a clean tactical look. Its most recognizable feature is the stacked leather handle, which feels firm and comfortable in the hand. The black powder-coated guard and end cap add strength and balance, making the knife feel controlled whether you are chopping wood, cleaning fish, or handling survival tasks. The full tang construction keeps it dependable, and at almost 12 inches overall, it is large enough for serious work without feeling oversized. It also includes a premium brown leather sheath featuring the U.S. Army Eagle crest, highlighting its long military history. All in all, it is a trusted, proven blade for anyone who wants a classic, reliable knife that handles general utility and tough outdoor use with ease. So that was our list of 25 best full tang survival knives that are worth buying. Thanks for watching. Feel free to reveal your thoughts in the comments section, as we'd love to hear from you. And as for everything else, don't forget to like, comment, share, and hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed.